What happened to Emma Raducanu? When it comes to promising tennis talents, Emma Raducanu's name is impossible to ignore. Her extraordinary triumph at the 2021 US Open sent shockwaves through the tennis world, capturing our hearts and imaginations. However, since those magical weeks in New York, where she embarked on an unbelievable 10-match winning streak, Raducanu's tennis career has experienced a drastic decline. This brings us to the question, what has happened to Emma Raducanu? Early rise to glory. Since her early years, Emma Raducanu has been a young kid who always possessed the skill and potential to dominate the game of tennis. Raducanu began her professional career in 2018 on the ITF Women's Circuit, winning her first title of the year at the ITF Tiberias tournament in May. She continued her success by securing another title in October at the ITF Antalya. In 2019, Raducanu participated in various tournaments, including the Solapur Open, where she retired in the second round. However, she ended the year on a high note by triumphing in a $25,000 event in Pune, India. In the same year, Raducanu served as a hitting partner for the British team in the Fed Cup and was later selected to play in the 2020 qualifiers. She was praised as one of the most promising British players of her generation. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, many tennis events were cancelled in 2020, but Raducanu took part in exhibition matches and smaller tournaments in the UK. Raducanu's breakthrough year came in 2021. She started training with coach Nigel Sears and made her WTA Tour main draw debut as a wild card entry at the Nottingham Open, but lost in the first round. In June, she received a wild card for Wimbledon and reached the fourth round, becoming the youngest British woman to reach the last 16 in the Open era. However, she retired in the second set of her fourth-round match due to breathing difficulties. Following Wimbledon, Raducanu changed coaches and played in several tournaments, including the Silicon Valley Classic and the WTA 125 event in Chicago, where she reached the final. These performances helped her achieve a career-high ranking of world number 150. The highlight of Raducanu's career so far came at the US Open. Despite being a qualifier ranked 150th in the world, she stormed through the tournament without dropping a set. It was an extraordinary feat, as she became the first qualifier in the Open era, male or female, to win a Grand Slam title. She defeated top players like Belinda Bencic and Maria Sakkari along the way, and emerged victorious in the final against Leylah Fernandez, making it the first all-teenage women's singles final since 1999. Raducanu's remarkable performance at the US Open propelled her to number 23 in the rankings and made her the British number 1. The ripples of her success extended far beyond the court, with even Queen Elizabeth II and Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, extending their heartfelt congratulations. Many believed that this triumph was just the beginning of a legendary journey for Raducanu, with some even predicting that she would surpass the achievements of tennis greats like Serena Williams and Margaret Court. The world anticipated that she would shatter every record in the women's game. However, things took an unexpected turn, unexpected decline. Fast forward to the present day, Raducanu hasn't been able to add a single trophy to her collection since the US Open victory. More dishearteningly, she hasn't even reached another final. The 2021 US Open champion currently finds herself ranked at number 132 in the world, a considerable drop from the pinnacle of the rankings. It's a stark contrast to the lofty expectations that were set after her remarkable performance in New York. What could possibly account for this remarkable downturn? One contributing factor that cannot be ignored is the potential impact of Raducanu's burgeoning commercial interest. With partnerships including Dior, British Airways, Vodafone, Porsche, Nike, and Tiffany's, it's undeniable that her brand affiliations are lucrative. However, one cannot help but wonder if they're proving to be a distraction for the young athlete. While these partnerships undoubtedly keep Raducanu in the public eye, they also bring along added pressure and expectations. Her recent struggles, failing to progress past the first round in tournaments, raise concerns about the potential negative impact of her commercial commitments on her performance as an elite athlete. The spotlight is relentless, and the weight of public scrutiny can be overwhelming for even the most seasoned players. Criticism has arisen from unexpected sources, with England rugby coach Eddie Jones highlighting the issue of distractions for young athletes. He pointed out the challenges faced by successful young players, implying that Raducanu's off-court engagements might be hindering her on-court progress. However, Raducanu responded to the criticism in a powerful Nike advertisement on her Instagram page, where she defiantly ran across the court with the words "fluke," "one-hit wonder," and "distracted" displayed behind her. She looked directly into the camera and confidently stated, "World off, game on." Despite her defiant response, it's difficult to ignore the discrepancy between her words and her recent form. Raducanu's performance on the tennis court does not seem to align with her assertive stance. As if battling doubts and external pressures weren't enough, Raducanu finds herself grappling with a formidable adversary: injuries. Throughout her journey, from her early days as a junior player to her meteoric rise in the professional ranks, she has been besieged by various ailments. Glutes and lower back issues have forced her to withdraw from tournaments.
Raducanu was left in tears after being forced to retire from her second match of the year,
while blisters on her hands and legs have haunted her steps. She has also endured cramping episodes, battled back and rib pain, and wrist injuries during her games. The recent surgery on her hands and ankle forced her to withdraw from the hallowed grounds of Roland Garros and the revered lawns of Wimbledon. Now she sets her sights on the upcoming US Open, hoping to regain her form and compete at her best. However, the concern is that injury problems tend to escalate as athletes age, which could be a worrisome prospect for Raducanu and her team. You wouldn't want to miss out on more exclusive content like this. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to stay updated with all the latest in the world of tennis. Another factor that could explain Raducanu's lackluster performance since the US Open is her constant coach changes. It's mind-boggling how she has gone through 5 coaches in less than 2 years. Each new appointment seems to reek of desperation, indicating a lack of stability and direction. Recently, she even resorted to enlisting the help of a coach from her junior days, who is no longer active in the profession. It's a sign of desperation and a grasp at straws, rather than a well-thought-out strategy for success. The revolving door of coaches is undoubtedly detrimental to Raducanu's progress. How can she find her rhythm on the tour when she's constantly shuffling between different coaching styles and philosophies? It's a recipe for inconsistency and confusion. One can't help but wonder if Raducanu's inability to stick with a coach reflects a deeper issue with her decision-making and commitment to her own development. Perhaps Raducanu's reliance on her family in managing her professional life is another factor hindering her progress. While parental support can be invaluable, it's essential to strike a balance between support and independence. In Raducanu's case, her father has maintained a prominent role in her team, despite the evidence suggesting that she has outgrown his coaching abilities. The continued influence of family may be preventing her from seeking out more qualified mentors and coaches who can truly take her game to the next level. It's clear that Raducanu's incredible success at the US Open has inflated expectations and overshadowed the reality of her abilities. The truth is, she may have reached her peak at such a young age, and her subsequent struggles are simply a reflection of that. While there's a slim chance she may rediscover her form and regain her winning ways, it's more likely that her star has already burned out, leaving her to fade into the annals of tennis history as a one-hit wonder. The very triumph that should have propelled her career to extraordinary heights has turned into an unexpected stumbling block. Raducanu herself admits that there are moments when she wishes she had never won the 2021 US Open, feeling like she has been used as a mere piggy bank by industry sharks. Reflecting on her journey since the US Open, Raducanu reveals, "Since then, I've had a lot of setbacks, one after the other. I am resilient, my tolerance is high, but it's not easy. And sometimes I think to myself, I wish I'd never won the US Open. I wish that didn't happen." Now, over to you. Did her early success cast a shadow over her growth in the world of women's tennis? Or is it her frequent injuries that have hindered her progress? Let us know in the comment section below. If you loved this video, then you should check out this video showing on your screen. See you there.